taking C. We lost C.
So hello YouTube, this is Lord Black Ops Pro, and I have another DNA bomb for you guys, this time on the map Biolab. Now this DNA is pretty good. I mean, yeah sure, I'm facing Christmas Noobs, but you know, a lot of Christmas Noobs have been out lately. Getting DNAs has been pretty easy. And now, as you can see there, I did have a new class. Now this time my AK has 3 attachments on, and that's because this is my DNA only class. So as you can see, I only have a UAV as a kill streak. And the reason I'm doing this is not because I don't like getting kill streaks. It's because I just feel like the kill streaks in this game are kind of boring, honestly. You know, you get them and then they're like only okay. They're not like spectacular like I'd like them to be, but and also like the Warbird, I mean it's okay. I mean it's good for getting kills, but it's not that fun to use. I mean all you do is call it in and then it starts getting you kills automatically. And then the Paladin, I mean it's okay, I mean but it feels kind of weak at times, and you know I'm just kind of getting bored of just playing that way for now. So I've decided to go for DNA bombs. Now DNA bombs, they're relatively easy to get now, especially with all the Christmas Noobs online and all the reverse boosting that's going on. So DNA bombs, like I've gotten 2 of them today, so that's pretty good. I mean, it'll probably get easier over time too, because more noobs will get online and you know reverse boost some more, and yeah, getting way easier lobbies. But even though I'm having fun getting DNA bombs now, I doubt this game's gonna last until summer. I mean, I doubt that I'm gonna be playing this game come summer, like, because you know this game, although there are some fun aspects of it, it's still a bad game. And yeah, I mean, you can have fun on bad games too. Like Modern Warfare 3, many people didn't like that game, and I had fun on it. At least in the effective part of it, but that was about it. And maybe DNA bombs is the part of Advanced Warfare that's fun, because you know, just playing the game normally, getting regular streaks, I mean, it just doesn't feel as rewarding as it should be. So that's why I've been going for DNAs. You know, it's been working out pretty well. I think I'll be doing this in the near future. I'll continue to do this. You know, and there's several reasons why I don't think Advanced Warfare is gonna last until summer for many people. I mean, I really don't think it is. Now, one thing's the weapon variety. I mean, there's very little weapon variety in this game. 6 assault rifles, 6 SMGs. I mean, Black Ops 1 had much more weapon variety. That's probably why the longevity of that game far exceeds this game and far exceeds many other COD games. And yeah, many of the guns in this game, they're either specialized or they have some sort of quirk on them that make them less usable to the general public. For example, like 3-round burst guns, guns with semi-automatic on it, or just burst guns in general. Those are specialty guns because they're not general purpose. Like they're not a fully automatic assault rifle you can take into every single type of engagement. You need to play a certain way with them. And given that 2 out of the 6 assault rifles are burst rifles and 1 is a semi-automatic one, that's basically 3 assault rifles that people generally won't be using. So that further limits the variety, and weapon variety, guys, it really adds to the longevity of the game. It makes it much more interesting, much more fun to play. I mean, it'd be fun if you could go for DNA bombs with guns other than the BAL, the ASM-1, or the AK. I mean, it'd be fun, but you would have to reverse boost really hard for that, or you just won't be able to get them, because you know, many of the DNA bombs I see on YouTube, or probably pretty much all of them, are from reverse boosting. And if you can get a DNA bomb like running around with, like, for example, an RW1 hand cannon, I mean, there's definitely something going on there. It's definitely not normal, I guess. You're definitely not playing normal. But let's get back to the weapon variety again, because you know the weapon variety, it definitely should be improved, and I don't think adding a DLC weapon here or there is gonna really help that much. I mean, it's an improvement, but it's still not gonna help that much. Now, an example of like a quirky gun would be like hip fire only guns and things of that nature. Like for example, the XMGs or the SAC-3s, like those are very specialized. Like some of them are just fun guns, like they're not competitive at all, but they're just fun to use. Like yeah, those guns, you know, they aren't gonna see very much use because they're hard to use and they're not that rewarding. Not only that, but the skill-based matchmaking, it kind of forces you to use competitive weapons like the BAL, or the AK, or the ASM-1, or the KF-5, like those type of guns. Those are basically the only usable guns in this game. All the other guns, I mean, some of them are okay, but they're not nearly competitive enough to compete with other guns such as the Battle or the ASM-1 or even the KF-5. So those guns are pretty overpowered, but instead of nerfing them, I'll just buff all the other guns because, you know, you want to improve weapon variety in this game because that's what contributes to longevity. And I honestly don't see this game lasting until summer, even with Exo Zombies coming in January, and the new multiplayer maps and new DLC guns. Yeah, I just don't see it. I mean, yeah, sure, this game has fun things about it, but honestly, it's probably one of the worst CODs ever made. And the maps, they're okay. I mean, there's no like there's not gonna be like one of those legendary maps like Nuketown or Firing Range or Terminal. There's not gonna be maps like that in this game. Like, all the maps are they're just okay, I guess. I mean, the guns, for the most part, they're pea shooters, and it feels like you have to put a whole clip into someone just to kill them sometimes. And on the other hand, it seems like you get insta melted all the time, like insta killed or melted, and it seems like the guy only killed you with one shot, even though he put a few bullets in you. And that's because the lag comp is still pretty bad. I mean, they copied Ghost coding, and Ghost lag comp was pretty bad. I mean, if you guys remember Ghost, yeah, you get insta killed pretty much by every gun in the game. It felt like you got sniped all the time. That's pretty much this game. You die way too fast, but they thought that the problem was with the guns. They thought the guns in Ghost were overpowered, which they weren't. Overall, that they weren't. So they nerfed the damage and pretty much everything in this game, and, you know, except the sniper rifles. And it hasn't been working out, really. So not only do the guns take half a clip to kill, but they're just not. They didn't do anything to solve that insta kill problem. The melty. Yeah, the melty kills. They even tried to nerf the headshot multiplier, but that didn't work out so well either. So we already covered the maps, the guns. Let's see what else. Let's see what else is in this game. That really detracts from overall Call of Duty experience. Yeah, we already did the kill streaks too. I mean, those definitely need a buff. I mean, I wish they patched some more kill streaks. I mean, yeah, by patching a chopper gunner or something like. Or an AC-130 or something like that. That'd be fun. Because at the moment, I only find it rewarding to go for nukes. Or in this game, they're DNAs, but basically the same thing. I don't see it rewarding to go after regular kill streaks at all. I just don't find it rewarding. You know, so I've been going after DNAs, and it's been working out real well. You guys should definitely give it a try. I mean, yeah, sure, it's rekindled my interest in COD for just a little bit. But in a few months, I mean, I might just get bored of this game, and I might just go back to like Black Ops 1 or something, post on Black Ops 1, because that game, guys, there is still a lot of people playing that, and you know, it's really fun. I mean, pretty much everything about the game is perfect. Like, about as perfect of a Call of Duty as you can get. You know, if Sledgehammer modeled their game after that, or Treyarch modeled their game after that next year, I think this franchise would be saved. I honestly do. You know, but until they start removing stuff like this, I mean, this game is not going to go anywhere. Like the system hack. I mean, really, whose idea was it to put the system hack in this game? Honestly, like, really? Like, Mike Condry, Glenn Schofield, what is this? Like, what? Like, do you really expect people to be running around when their system hacked? I mean, that's just gonna slow down the pace of the game. Like, look what I had to do to survive that system hack. I had to sit in a corner and basically do nothing. Okay, and then I got the DNA. Just down about a minute left or so. So that's a pretty good DNA bomb. You know, I mean, I wish I could use other guns too. I mean, I wish other guns were usable. But you know, obviously they're not. I mean, the only gun I get killed by sometimes, it seems like, it's just the BAO or the ASM-1 or the KF-5. I mean, those are probably the top 3 guns I get killed by. I mean, sometimes the AK-12, but the AK-12's overlooked a lot because of the 4-hit kill, like, at close range. And, I mean, yeah, is that underpowered? Yeah, but that's one of the reasons why it's overlooked and one of the reasons why I don't think it's gonna get a patch or a nerf, and that's a good thing. I don't want this gun to get nerfed because they nerfed this gun. I mean, what else is there for me to use? I mean, so 3 out of the assault rifles are not general purpose, so that leaves us the bow, the HBR, and the AK. And if they nerf the AK and they nerf the bow, then the HBR, you're left with that. But the rate of fire is way too slow on that gun. And it just gives you a marginal advantage to the AK-12 because of that 3-hit kill range, which is basically non-existent. It's just shotgun range. So I decided that okay, if 9 out of 10 kills are gonna take place inside of a 4-hit kill range, well, I might as well just use the AK-12 because that's best suited for getting 4-hit kills. So that's what I did. And you know, guys, the AK-12 is definitely the best gun in the game, or at least the best assault rifle. The ASM-1 is probably the best SMG. It's either that or the KF-5, but after the first 5 rounds, the KF-5 just becomes mediocre. You know, so yeah, I definitely want them to buff some of the guns because at the current moment it's just like it feels like I only use the AK-12 or some ASM-1 or variant of the ASM-1 for like corner camping. It's unfortunate, but you know that's kind of how it goes. So guys, and there's the game. Hope you enjoyed this chem strike or man, DNA bomb. Sorry, I'm just so used to saying chem strike. You know, they're pretty much the same thing, but DNAs are a little harder to get. And you see that? Oh, just final kill cam. So hope you enjoyed the commentary. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. And thanks for watching. This has been World of War, and see you guys later.